Hey there, Steeler Nation. Flip Fisher, staff writer for BehindTheSteelCurtain.com, bringing you another installment of a film study with Mason Rudolph. Now, I'm not going to go into a big spiel because of two things. His numbers speak volumes there. 23 of 44, 221 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble, 43 yards lost to sacks. That was a lot of tells there. But, like I always say, stats lie. But do they in this case? I don't think they tell enough of the truth in this case of how bad he actually was. So, I brought out an article today saying it's time to move on. Give Devlin Hodges a shot. Says it all there. Says it all what you're going to see in this one, and especially the next segment of this film study. Because his first half wasn't good, but it definitely was not nearly as bad as the second half. So let's get into that. Let's get into his film for the first half. And what we're gonna catch right away is 3rd and 10. And before we really get into this, is be looking for the pressure, but then look for the throwaway. I like the throwaway. Really do. But what I don't like is what he misses. And he's going to miss it almost right away. And he's going to feel the pressure very quick. Bam. Going to get the pressure from here. He has no idea this pressure is coming. Over the middle. Uncovered. And he turned, and he got lucky that Cleveland Brown guy, took the angle he did. Because otherwise he would have just been crushed. And we might have seen Hodges early in that game. Now, on the second play here is, we have a 1st and 10. And this is one of the plays, and I don't see this that often out of Rudolph. This is where he's going to hit Juju right in stride. And I just don't see this often enough out of him. And it's frustrating. He's going to hit Juju right here, and he's going to hit him in stride. This is what I like seeing from him. But we hardly ever see it. And that's one of my biggest knocks on him. Is he's not hitting stuff like this. He's not hitting Juju wide open over the middle. And I've pointed this out, film study after film study, is he's missing Juju over the middle, wide open. But he actually gets him right there. Now, here is 3rd and 1. And let me point out something here on 3rd and 1. And I'm not sure how this actually translated after the game, but Tony Romo said this during the game, was that the Steelers are actually 3 of 12 on 3rd and 4th and 1 for the year. Let that sink in a little bit. 3 of 12. That's terrible. And here it is. He rushes to pass. Look at his feet. I beg on his footwork a lot. Does he step into it? No, he really does not step into it. That's not because there's a guy behind him. He's got places to move in the pocket, And you don't see him move inside the pocket very often. Take a step up. Take a step up. And he throws it low. We needed 1 yard. I beg on Rudolph. I mean, we are one of the bottom teams on third down efficiency. I think we're somewhere around 34% for the year. That's terrible. And we're down there with terrible teams. Now, here we're going to run into third and long. And this is something I've been giving Rudolph credit lately for, is attacking one-on-one coverage. I like the attack there. I like the attack, and we're gonna see him again with pressure. Moves around in the pocket a little bit. I like that. But, you know, of course, Johnny Holton, just a terrible, terrible wide receiver. This doesn't do it justice that what they showed on TV. But it goes through his hands. He's actually looking like he's going to body catch that over a guy. And it's just terrible. So I applaud Rudolph for that. Here is a 1st and 10. And this is where he's going to hit Juju on another crossing path. Juju wide open. But you're going to see in the next picture that, and I'm going to nitpick this a bit. I mean, you can criticize me for nitpicking this. I'm fine with that. But he absolutely guns it to Juju. And he guns it high. Which is typical Rudolph. Throwing high. But he gunned it to him. Here we got 2nd and 17. Not many 2nd and 17 passes. But he hits Devlin Jones over the middle. I like that. This is why I criticize Rudolph a lot, is for not letting plays develop. He's got his check down guy here, of course. I'll know how much he loves this check down guy. And I see so often that he's already throwing to his check down guy. But he's letting this play actually develop to Devlin Jones. And I just don't see this enough. And there it is. A good pass. Out in front of him, I have no beefs about that. Devlin Jones had to make a play on the ball. No beefs about that whatsoever. He throws it where only Devlin Jones can get it. Boom, right there. That's good. That's some pretty good coverage right there. I like that. You know, that's one of my favorite passes from Rudolph, where he's throwing to a spot where the wide receiver gets it. We just hardly ever see that. This is the next plays are all on right before the half. The 2 minutes. He's going to hit Vance McDonald. But he passes up a much bigger gain. I'll show you that a little more here. Over the middle. Let that play develop. And, you know, I just give him kudos for letting a play develop. He's got a guy running free. There's nobody within, 10 yards of him? totally wide open. And you see this often with this route that he's just missing because he'd rather check down. Let those plays develop if you have a clean pocket. But he gets these happy feet. Let's get rid of the ball. You got 2 minutes left. You got plenty of time. You don't have to get rid of the ball. Plenty of time. And you see, we got 3 timeouts. We got plenty of time. So we do have a 1st and 10. And here's another good throw by him. And I'm not going to knock him on this. This is going to be to Johnson to the outside here. I like this. Just move the chains. Move the chains. Get some yards. But, you know, and I'm not going to knock him for the placement. You see, it's behind him. I'm not going to knock him for that. I'm all right with that. There wasn't a defender by him. So it's not like he's got to put it in a perfect spot. He doesn't have to throw it to the outside. So here's the play that drives me crazy. The sack. The ball security. The ball's out. I was lucky that was not ran back for 6. And it's all holding on to the ball. You know, I applaud him. I just applauded him a few plays ago for holding on to the ball to let a play develop. But now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to bash him again for no pocket presence. You got to read that blitz is coming. Look at the blitz. Look at the blitz that's coming. But does he know what's coming? Both those linebackers came. And out comes the ball. And he's been fumbling the ball. It's not something that's new. He's having poor ball security. And I'm not going to put this all on him because, you know, our running backs are terrible at pass protection. Overall. They're not good. So here we go. Now I'm going to nitpick a little bit here as well. He feels pocket pressure. And then he almost throws a Jalen Samuels throwaway pass for an interception. You know, and I know this is 2nd and 24. There's not many 2nd and 24 plays in the playbook. And I get that. But he's also missing a guy over the middle. We see this when Rudolph is on the move. Now, this isn't going to be the you know, best of easy throws that Rudolph is going to be able to make. But he's cutting here. I mean, he's going to be sitting at the 25-yard line. Getting into field goal range. Or even touchdown range. But as you're going to see in this next one, that Rudolph, anytime he's on the move, he does not have his eyes down the field. And really, where's the pressure? Why is he on the move? He creates the pressure. He just created the pressure right there by moving out of the pocket instead of stepping up. Wide open. But I think he's already decided he's going to throw the ball away. I really do. Is he looking downfield? Nope. Nope. Almost like he might be looking at him, but he's absolutely not looking anywhere else. And he almost throws a pick. Throw that to the hot dog vendor. Maybe it's not almost a pick, but I mean, it's still in the vicinity. Hit the hot dog vendor. Hit the Bud Light guy. Don't throw it even close to the field of play when you're outside of the pocket. So now we're going to get the good old vaunted 3rd and 24. And we're on the 42. So what do we need? We need 7 yards, get into field goal range. Oh, we're down 14-0. Any score would be nice, wouldn't it? Now see, I got some questions what he's doing here. What is he doing here? Now you're going to see this a little better. Got his guy wide open here, and you'll see this in the next clip. But he actually brings the ball down and doesn't throw to him. I'm going to say, yeah, he doesn't have the time. I got you if you're going to say that. But he's got to throw this ball away. But look at this. Let that ball go. Let that ball go. What's he worried about? Is he worried about getting his arm hit and fumbling again? Would be my assumption. He's already done it once, right? Throw it. Oh, he pulled it down. Throw it. What do you have to lose? I guess he's just afraid he's going to fumble the ball. So there it is. There's the first half. And, I'm going to tell you, I sometimes get a little criticism for cherry-picking plays. And, I don't pick plays where they're your simple, everyday passes, especially checkdowns. And I'm definitely not going to pick plays like with the interception in the first half. I'm not. That interception was just fantastic by Cleveland. The guy made a very good play on a pretty good throw, and I could have put that in there, saying that it was actually a good play for Rudolph because it was a really good throw, but it was a better play by the cornerback. It really was. So I'm not going to, sit here and just, bash Rudolph. My article said what it said. My article did all the speaking. Bring on Duck. Time for Duck. Of course, we're not going to see Duck. Now, what's going to be interesting is what happens against Cincinnati. Depleted team. Wide receivers out. I think Deontay Johnson's going to play. But I don't think Juju is. I think Juju's got something going on with his knee. The ever-injured Connor apparently is up in the air, but Snell. Benny Snell football might be back. What does he have to bring to the table? Now, if Rudolph struggles, where's everybody going to be sitting? Are people going to join me on the duck call bandwagon? Say bring him on, or are people just going to say, well, he had a bad game because he had no weapons? Oh, go get Washington. How many years in college did he spend with Washington? He's got Vance McDonald, who we've seen when Vance McDonald gets utilized in the game, what Vance McDonald can do. We still got Jalen Samuels. He just came off of, 13 receptions just a few weeks ago. This team has weapons. I'm not going to say Jalen Samuels can run the ball because he's absolutely proven that the only things that he can break through are arm tackles. He's got weapons, so I don't find this as any kind of an excuse. If he struggles in the first half and it's 3-0 Steelers or 6-0, 7-0 Bengals, should we really have Hodges in the second half? Let me know in the comment section. Is there any point in the Cincinnati game where you think that the Steelers should turn to Devlin Hodges? If we lose this game against an 0-11 Cincinnati team, should we turn to Duck Hodges for the next Cleveland game? Should we turn to Hodges during the Cincinnati game at any point? Now, let me know in the comments section. I'd be really curious to know. So, as always, please give me a thumbs up on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to tell you, I am going to be putting up the Rams film study on Mason Rudolph. Hopefully, I'll get to that this weekend. That short week really killed me, and I was sick, and I was really, really busy. So it was a really tough week for me. I did not get that Rams film up, but I will. Promise on that. But it's only going to be available on YouTube. So the only way you're going to find out about it, you got to subscribe to that channel. And so when I actually put it up, you got to hit that, you got to smash that bell so you get notified when it actually hits YouTube. Because all my articles, all my video stuff gets put up the day before or even multiple days before they get published. All right. Well, thank you all. Love my Steeler Nation brothers and sisters. And be sure to be on the lookout for the next installment, the second half. And be sure to run to the Behind the Steel Curtain if you have not read my Let's Bench Rudolph article. All right. Laters.